everybody getting snow around us. You know what? Hey, it's spring. Look at me. I'm a flower. Okay, I'm blossoming. So let's hope that everything around us does. Um, I'd like to introduce to you someone who's been blossoming in this business, still blossoming for over 25 years. And he's my best friend. And I know he's your best friend too. That's why you've tuned in, Mr. Phil. How are you? Let's have a seat.
Okay.
So I mentioned spring. I can't believe spring. First day of spring comes, and what do we get first? A snow day.
Right. Except for us in Middletown.
In Middletown, we got snow. It covered the grass,
And then it melted the next day.
and then it was gone.
And we didn't get it till late at night.
That's true, a lot later than they thought. But then there's other areas that if you went 20 minutes one way or 10 minutes the other way, they got a foot, they got 14 inches, some of them got 10 inches, some of them got 8 inches.
Wow.
I don't know if you'd heard of any of those if you talk to people, but I know a lot of people in different areas around where we are. Oh my goodness. I'm
And-
so glad we didn't get the 13 inches.
Oh, yeah. So am I. It's enough. I mean, I never seen anything like
Yes, yes. God, if you're listening, we've had enough.
it. Yes,
Till
enough.
spring to go home.
Enough is enough.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So that's why I said I dressed like a flower tonight. I'm gonna
Yes, you're
blossom.
beautiful.
I'm gonna bloom.
You're
you know.
beautiful as usual.
Oh, come on now. See, he's just trying to smooge me. That's this time. He's always schmoozing.
Right. So, you want to reach out to someone?
I do. I have a shout out to my soul sister, Brenda Brink. She actually, you can't see it, but we exchanged necklaces because we've come into each other's lives at such a late stage. We are sisters. We are sisters to the bone. I mean, you would think we grew up together. Brenda, honey, I am very sorry for the loss of your mother, and I really wish that there was something I could do to comfort you. And at this time, I'd just like to give my condolences to you and to your brothers and to your children and your brother's children and all the grandchildren. And just know that Mama's up there with Daddy, and you know they're dancing and you know they're having a good time.
Right. And I just want to wish congratulations to Veronica Cole.
That's right. Oh, this is so
Veronica Cole
exciting.
started out on our show 11 years ago.
Wow.
And last night, she debuted on Broadway.
Yes. Well, last night, for those of you who get our show after we air live, last night was June 22nd or 23rd?
It was
June
March,
22nd.
March.
I mean, oh my God, I'm in June
I
already.
wish it was June.
See, I really, really want the warm weather, okay? And what am I going to do? I
Yeah,
guess I have
right.
to go to Florida. They probably have 50-degree weather.
Yeah, right. Yeah, could be.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, so she's made her debut. And
Yeah, I don't want to take all the credit for starting her out on this show because previous to being on this show, she had a career as a childhood star. She was doing a children's show on Nickelodeon TV, which was bilingual show that she was
Okay.
doing. Yes, a bilingual
Very
kids
nice.
show that she did when she was younger. And she did a lot. She sang for the Pope. She was.
Wow, no,
Yes,
that's
she
an
did.
honor. That is a very big honor.
There's so many
Congratulations,
things that she
Veronica.
did. When she came to me on this show, she had a resume
Wow.
bigger than mine even,
Wow.
with the things that she had done. And
That
she
is
came
amazing.
on here so confident of herself, 13 years old. I'd never seen anybody like
Gee,
it.
she's done that much. If she wasn't confident at 13, I don't know what she'd be.
She just,
That sounds very, very grown up and very mature that she's
right.
done all those
And
things.
then
That's
that year,
wonderful.
she came to us in September of 2007.
Uh-huh.
And then in October, she did our telethon.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And the telethons, instead of having two back then, we used to do one very big one.
Okay.
That
This is
used-
all before my time. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just have to let you know. I've been here almost 3 years. So
Right.
this
So
is
at
way
that time,
before
we
my
used to
time.
do a big one big one on a Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
Usually the last Sunday of October.
Mm-hmm.
And it used to go for about 8 to 9 hours.
Oh my goodness.
And everybody who had a show on a station used to get a portion.
Okay.
So they used to give me the last 2 hours.
All right.
And that was traditional with my closing of You'll Never Walk Alone.
Mm-hmm.
I used to start it with Wise Folks Give,
Right.
and then I would take it the last 2 hours. So she
Very
co-hosted me the last
Wow.
2 hours. I mean,
What
a
an honor.
13-year-old, so aggressive, got up there and spoke directly to the people to give, said things like, instead of getting cigarettes and beer this week, give the money to us, you'll be healthier for it.
That's true.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
true. Yes,
a little
yes.
13-year-old saying that.
You
on-
know what? And the children are the ones that are going to speak their mind.
Oh, yeah, and she's
So
a
that's-
tiny,
that's
the thing is,
terrific.
she was 13, she was a tiny little thing.
Good for her.
I mean-
Me too. So good for her.
I mean,
and it was nice meeting you, Veronica. I know we've met once or twice already. So at different events here that we've had for the telethons.
Yeah,
Speaking of telethons.
yeah, we got another one coming up now.
Yes, we
Yes, we
do.
got our spring telethon
That's right.
coming April 29th. This year, we're doing it on a Sunday.
Right. Don't
We're-
forget, it's a Sunday, not a Saturday.
Yeah.
So tune in.
We're back to doing it on a Sunday to try it out, and because we think we'll get the guests this way easier, because they won't have gigs on Saturday rushing out of here.
That's hard, yes, it really is. We've got to try to get people in and out, and, I set up time slots and stuff, but, always something messes that up.
Right. And once again, Mary is the chairwoman for the telethon.
That'd be me. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a
Yes.
4th telethon.
Yeah, already. Can you imagine that? I had 4 telethons under my belt
Yeah,
in less than 3 years.
yeah, right.
That's great. But and everybody's been so wonderful in participating and in donating, and I'm really putting out a plea this year. Let's just try to double what we did last year. Last year I think we did around $500, and I think we'd like to. Oh, we would love to see it go close to 1,000.
Yes, we would.
We're asking our viewers that don't get it live, that hear this announcement, to donate as well. Just because you don't get the telethon live, you are still being brought our show, and you're being
Right.
entertained, and you're learning a lot of new people that are up and coming, and you may even run into them one of these days. But
Right.
monetary donations, furniture, any equipment. We
Yes.
always need equipment.
Yes, we do.
We always need equipment. So any of these stations out there that have stuff they're ready to retire, this can be retirement village for them, okay? We really could
Yes.
use it. So you want to get out the address so that if anybody wants to mail in a check, they can
Yeah.
do it at any time of the year.
Any time of
Okay.
the year, where you make out the checks to Access 23 TV, Post Office Box 321, Port Jervis, New York 12771.
And I believe that's at the end of our credits too.
Yes.
Okay, so if anybody missed that, it'll be repeated at the end of the credits. So at some point, if you can get a pen and pencil, and we really appreciate it. Let's strive for as much as we can this year, because we're in need of some updates on our sets,
Yes, we do.
and also that enables us to bring better performers and better performances by us,
Right.
better material,
Because we are running,
better equipment. Maybe we don't have to have mics with tails attached.
right. Well, these mics are mine anyway.
I know, exactly.
Yes.
See, that's just it. We are all volunteer. He volunteers his time, I volunteer my time. My husband is volunteering in the back, he's the producer. And, all the stuff that we've gotten here has all been volunteered.
Right, except for these 3 mics and cables, which
Which
belong to me.
they belong to-
Which I bought, so, I could give, and my guests and my co-host, a good performance, which,
That's right.
I'd just rather have my own stuff.
Well, that's what the telethon is all about is, we want to give you the best performances we can. And like Phil went out and he bought his own microphones so that we can bring you the clearest quality that we can and then the best quality that we can.
Right. That's what we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
We will
All right.
do that,
So, you know what? We have a song
Yes.
we're going to do. We haven't sung together in a while, so this is special for you guys. We haven't done this in quite a while.
Right.
So I hope you get a kick out of it. It's a pretty good song, and it was written by Carl Richards.
One and only Carl Richards.
That's right.
Yeah.
Carl, we hope you like our rendition.
Stand by me, don't let me fall. I love you most of all. Take my hand and hold it so tight. I love you for the rest of my life.
Guess it's my turn now. Take my hand. Oh, well, wait a minute. Now, let's do it. And don't let me fall or make a mistake. 'Cause I love you and this show for whatever it takes. Stand by me and don't let me fall.
I won't let you fall,
I love you
and I love you
most of all.
most of all.
Take my hand.
I'll take your hand.
I think we're behind the music. I love you for the rest of my life. Told you we haven't done it in a while. By me.
I'll
Stand
stand
by
by
me.
I'll
Stand by me for the rest of my life. Boy, we like to stand and dance so much we just forget the words, People should see us at a karaoke.
Oh, yes.
You have something to say?
Stand by me.
I'll stand by you.
I won't let you fall.
I won't let you fall.
I love you
And I love you
most of all.
most of all.
Take my hand
I'll take your hand
and hold it so tight.
and hold it so tight.
And I love you
I love you
for the rest
of my life. Stand by me.
I'll stand by you.
Don't let me fall.
I won't let you fall.
I love you
I love you
most of all.
most of all.
Take my hand.
I'll take take your hand
and hold it so tight.
and hold it so
Ouch,
tight.
not so tight. And I love you
And I love you
for all of my life.
for the rest of my life. I'll stand by you.
Stand by you.
I'll
Stand by you for the rest of my life.
I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. I'll
Stand by you
for the rest of my life.
That was fun. Mess ups and all. That's what
Wow.
makes live TV so much fun. I love doing that.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, we're having a lot of fun with that. And I just want to let people know that, oh, he's looking at my notes.
Yeah.
June 1st, we have a show. After that, we'll be off the air until July 1st.
Actually, July 6th is.
July 6th?
Yes.
Okay, I miswrote that.
Okay.
And that'll be the start of our season 23. And the significance of that is 23 years on Access 23.
Yes.
So we're going to make a big deal out of that. It's going to be a big party year for us.
Oh, yeah. And the thing is this is no longer just a local show. Last week we had a guest from Kentucky.
That's right.
And for opening night on July 6th, we have a guest coming from West Virginia.
All right, almost heaven.
Yes. We were on the show of Lena's with her.
Lena Shockley.
Yeah, that's right. So this woman, Michelle, she's coming all the way to our
That's right.
station here from West Virginia.
Yes, Michelle.
And we have
It'll be a lot of fun.
fans out in L.A. now because we're on YouTube. We're all over the place.
So actually, you know what he's saying is, if you like our show, since it's on YouTube, we can be national. You can tell all of your friends, hey, you know what? You want to see a really silly show or a really great show or a show with this great musician that I saw the other night? Put on YouTube. Find that episode, and I'm sure you're going to like it. You've got to at least get a little chuckle out of it.
Oh, yeah.
I
So
know
I'm
I
saying,
do.
so, yes, we're still local here in Port Jervis.
We are local.
We're on Access 23, but all these other stations and
That's right.
with YouTube and through New York City, I mean, and tomorrow I got that red carpet event.
Yeah, tomorrow. Well, Phil's going down tomorrow. The Brooklyn station is having an awards event, and our show is put in for one of the awards. Now, I won't be able to go with him, but he's going to go down. I think before we get going too far,
Yes,
why don't we show our newest installation
yes,
of our episode of Gargiarelli?
yes, that's right.
Okay, we have our friends Gene Faccarelli and Vin Gargiulo put together some segments for us to show as
Yes.
a little comedic thing.
Okay.
It's actually quite cute. And then we want to get down to business, and we want to get our guest, Stephen Conahay, up on our stage.
Okay,
So let's run Gargiarelli.
yeah, let's see what he has to say today.
Yes. We never know. We don't watch.
Yeah.
Burger cheese is very smelly. Here's a few minutes with Gargiarelli.
Welcome to A Few Minutes with Gargiarelli.
You know, today's show, Vin, I'd like to add a new segment called the Classic Rock Song of the Day.
Really?
Yeah, it's where we take classic rock songs that we grew up with and love, and we play it for our audience.
Love it.
So, here's today's segment, Classic Rock Song of the Day.
That's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to the Classic Rock Song of the Day.
Enjoy the show.
could I do? Drinking coffee and reading the daily news. Everyone around me has a short fuse. It's not my fault, I tried my best. You want me on time? Woo, you surely just. Time is never on my side. What I need is George Jetson ride. Yeah, cops don't pick on me. Everybody does it, can't you see? It's not my fault, I tried my best. You want me on time? Woo, you surely just. Zagging, so much fun. Why is everybody yelling at me? Maybe 'cause I drive with my knee. It's not my fault, I tried my best. You want me on time? Woo, you surely just.
Wow. No, yeah, you never know.
Oh, he's going to play a classic rock song. We're not allowed to play anything that's not originals on
Right.
the station. He's going to kick us out
Yeah,
of
you
here.
never know. When he does his open mics, he's so serious.
I know. You know what? While we're talking about open mics, why don't we invite our guest, Stephen Conahay? Come on over.
Yes, I met him at open mic.
That's why I said,
That's right, open mics,
We
good.
met you during an open mic. How are you today?
Welcome back.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Welcome back.
Hi, Phil.
He was here with us
back.
last
back.
year in February.
Yeah, it was
All
last
right.
February. I was here with my then partner, Dolly Grace, and
Right.
we did a little bit of our original music here. And it was fun. It was a fun night, you know.
I remember that. That was a good
Yeah,
time.
yeah. I just was watching the clip, really enjoying Gargarelli. I know Gene, you know,
know Gene.
and yeah, awesome
Did you know
guy.
he could do all that?
Yeah,
Great sense of humor. I've seen Gargarelli live, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, they've got their whole set is just packed with humor and very good musicianship too. So yeah,
great.
yeah, it's great. Those guys are great. Yeah.
Well, you know, doing music is hard in itself, and then doing comedy is very hard, and then putting the two of them together, maybe it makes it easier. I don't know, but I know I'd be tripping over it.
They do songs about food, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, any band that does songs about food, you know, is okay with me. You
Do
know.
you think they like food?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I think they do.
And how about you? How you been doing since you've been on here last?
I've been okay. I've been some changes have gone by. I'm doing a solo thing now.
Nice.
I've started a concert series in Sugarloaf, New York, at a place called Milkweed Gallery,
Okay.
which is right across from the old Barnsider restaurant, which is reopening as another restaurant called the Tap House, and it's down Romer's Alley. And I just finished my second installment of what I call the Three Performers series, where three performers play, and there's snacks and tea and coffee for a low price, you know, so you really get your money's worth down there. But it was really, really good. We had, first time out, we had Rave Dessar, who's a piano player for a band called Renaissance, which is very big, been around for a long time. And an English, like, progressive rock, folk, kind of jazz, kind of, they do kind of everything. And I had John Sheehan, which is a local fingerstyle guitarist who is, like, excellent, yeah. So
Wow.
I've really been blessed in a way that I've been able to perform and collaborate with these very talented musicians.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
seem to have made some really decent connections then in the past few years.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
did you know these people before that, or did you, is this
well-
in the past year you've made these connections?
John I've known for years. We've been playing kind of like the same territory, you know.
Okay.
And I actually took a couple of lessons from him. Didn't understand a thing that he tried to teach me because he's so advanced. But no, he's a good teacher. He does lessons. And Rave is a transplant to Hudson Valley.
Okay.
And I saw him at one of the open mics, and he liked a piece of music that I was doing. I'm actually going to perform it tonight. And we went to the studio and we collaborated on it, and
That
it came
sounds
out
nice.
really, really wild. Yeah,
Totally
Right.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. And yeah, it's posted up on my Facebook page, Stephen Conahay, you know, Facebook, and on Reverb Nation with a lot of my other music is there.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So then people, when they watch you, they can say, hey, you know, I really want
Right.
more of that music, and they can go to Facebook.
Sure, they can do that, or they can send me an email directly. I think the email is going to be at the end of the credits. But,
Yes, it will be, yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of my music is there. If anybody has an interest, you know, they can go there.
That sounds
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you said you are changing the style of your music when we were talking.
Yeah,
You started to change a bit of it.
Yeah, the last time I was here and the time before that, I've actually changed styles twice.
Oh,
I was writing like a singer-songwriter kind of a thing at first, and then I moved over to just like being a writer for another vocalist, which was Dolly. So I tried to write to match her voice and her talents, and she's got a lot of talent, so I had to do a lot of writing. And now I'm doing more of a, I think it's more of a different style, kind of like a jazz, new age kind of style. And I had gone to the Canadian Guitar Festival last summer. And they have, you know, these wonderful acts from around the world, you know,
Wow.
guys like Preston Reed and Antoine Delfour, and you know, another young man I saw, John Ainsworth, and they're like reinventing the way of playing, you know.
That's great.
They do all this tuning and tapping and slapping and all that stuff, and I'm not that
Right.
good at that, but it really inspired me to write and go in a different direction, which I'm going to try and do tonight, a little bit of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
look forward to hearing that then.
Yeah.
It's nice to see music take a different turn because, you know, sometimes things get so stale.
That's right. That's
You're
exactly
really
it.
asking, you need something new.
That's exactly it. You get tired of doing the same thing. So, you know, I know as a musician and as a writer and a lot of other musicians that I know, they like to change it up once in a while,
Of
you know,
course.
and keep it fresh, like you said. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And, I noticed that you guys, it looks the same. It looks like you're doing a little renovating over here. Is that you or is that somebody else?
That's somebody else. We have
Oh, okay.
actually like 6 sets on this
Oh,
in this area.
in this space, yeah.
Yeah, and they get moved around and
Right.
adjusted to the way
Mm.
people want them.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
we come in, we make our own thing, make it the
Mm-hmm.
way we want it.
right.
Well, my friend Nicola is here tonight. She's here supporting
Hi.
me, and
Thank
she's
you for coming.
she's a local artist, Nicola Frost, and she has a website. I told her I'd give a plug for her, if that's okay.
Her last name is Frost.
Yeah, Nicola Frost.
I'm a Frost
Nicola,
too,
yes,
dear, and so is my husband.
yes, NicolaFrostArtist.com. Yes, yes, and she's a local artist in town, and she's got some beautiful work. I know personally.
Wow.
Yeah, and she had a booth at the I think it was Autumn Festival in town. Yeah, here.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of prints and stuff. So really good stuff, you know.
Well, maybe she could
Yeah.
do some backgrounds for your
Yeah,
show, you know?
right.
Not pulling any strings and tugging any, you know. It would be nice. It'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
Did you ever do the Columbus Day weekend that they have at the Sugarloaf? They have like a 3-day music festival every Columbus weekend.
I did the Autumn Festival at Sugarloaf this past year, but and I did a music festival there maybe 3 years ago where I was kind of like a walking minstrel throughout the festival, and I would play near somebody's booth until they told me to get away.
Okay.
Right.
Because we had from that festival, this is just before Mary came on board. In 2015, in October, I went there, and I met this girl over there who was putting on a fantastic piece over there with her boyfriend, and I invited them onto my show. She came onto my show, and then I didn't see her afterwards, and I find out she put in for The Voice. She went through it, and she won.
Wow.
Starting on this show.
Right, yeah, wow, that's great. What was her name?
I forget her name now.
Oh,
It was an unusual name.
She went from here to The Voice.
She went to
Wow,
The Voice and won.
And one. So now we have one
Quite
on
an
Broadway,
accomplishment.
and we have one that's actually won an American Idol. So,
Wow, yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
We've
we're
had,
producing stars.
we
I
are.
know.
I had another one start out with me and go to The Voice. She took it quite far through, you know, before she was eliminated.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some very talented musicians on this show. You know,
Yeah.
I've known a lot of them that have played this show, and you know, some musicians that I thought were really, really great.
I kind of wish they would do one for, you know, the older generation. Because there's a lot of people like us that, you know, hey, we're not dead. We're
Right.
still singing. I
Right,
mean, you know, and we've got a lot of stuff to offer.
Right, we do.
Sure.
The funniest thing, I learned one thing about, we go out and network, okay? So there's this one place where they hold different events, and Mary has been to a few of them with me. So one day I said to them, you know, we've been doing things for you for 2 years now. How come you never call us to perform? You always call all your little teeny boppers, but somebody experienced like us, how come you never call us? I said,
Age discrimination.
Yeah, there you go.
we didn't know you sing. Since when do you two sing? Oh, we didn't know. We thought you just host a TV show. I said, no, we're not Ed Sullivan's. We do,
Right.
we wear a few hats.
It's a variety show.
Yeah, it's a variety show. We do a few things.
Absolutely.
Oh, I didn't know that. I wasn't aware that you sing.
And you know what, while we're talking about that kind of stuff, before we get you up to sing, I want to personally invite you to come down to the Switch Inn in Middletown next Friday. It's the 30th, I guess it is.
Where is the Switch
And
Inn?
the Switch Inn is on East Main Street in Middletown,
Okay.
across from Tony Baffa's restaurant.
Oh.
My husband and I do an acoustic set, and we're going to be playing there from 9 to 11 or 9 to 12. And tell your friends and
I
get
will,
everybody
I
to
will.
come in. Yeah,
We know
then-
where Tony Baffa's is, right?
Do you?
Tony Baffa's restaurant.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's
Railroad,
right.
East Main.
Switch Inn is right across the street.
Yeah.
So if you get a chance and you can come down, you know, we want people to check out what we do too.
Yeah,
So of course we're always doing karaoke,
Sure,
and
yeah.
that's easy.
absolutely,
Yeah.
you know. I mean, we've been really blessed with a lot of open mics and venues in the area that'll allow, you know, like up-and-coming performers.
That's
This
right.
show being one of them in this area.
Yeah.
Not a lot of areas are like that. I have a friend who comes up from Toms River, New Jersey,
Right.
to
Okay.
play, you know, up around here, and you know, it's been a very a good experience for me, you know, because I originally started playing in New Jersey,
That's
and
true.
there wasn't a lot to do down there. There was one thing, and then when it went away, there wasn't really much of anything else, you know.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, yeah, and you need to make connections, and
Right.
being out there and getting people to hear you is the best thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we get you up and let you get yourself together,
Okay.
get started.
And we'll talk to you.
We have probably, oh gosh, we have a good time for you to put some songs together for us.
Yeah, right.
So this is interesting, and it's, you know what, it's nice to have people come back to the show.
Yeah, right.
So that we can catch up with them and find out what's going on.
Yeah.
And anything new, and, you know, they can find out what's going on new with us.
Right.
But we're keeping people informed all the time, because we're hams anyway.
Yeah.
But, you know, so, and also if anybody wants to catch us, we're at the Switch In a lot for karaoke nights.
Right.
On Thursdays and on Saturdays, and on Friday nights, we are at the Middletown Holiday Inn.
Right.
After we film our show. So that's the kind of things that we do to go get noticed. And you want to have a fun time, come on out, we have a great time. And it looks like
Okay.
Steve is just about ready, looking for a pick. We need one of those, that's essential.
Okay.
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our star for the night, Stephen. All right, Stephen Conahay, everyone.
Thank you. The first thing I'd like to do is something that was inspired from the Canadian Guitar Festival up in Loughborough Lake in Canada around the end of July. They have a guitar festival. They have people from all over the world come and play. It's a really great thing. You can camp for the whole weekend. And if you look it up online, I'm sure you can find it. And tickets are available May 1st. It's just a whole weekend of music. And this was inspired from seeing those musicians play, who were very good and did a lot of popping and slapping. I can't do a lot of that, but I'm going to try and do something which was inspired. This one's called Shaman. It's an instrumental, and yeah, for me, it kind of represents everything that's magic in the world. Thank you. This next one is one that's kind of topical in an untopical kind of way. It's about conspiracy theorists. And if anything, you know, I mean, you always have to take that stuff with a grain of salt. But I found that, you know, the only question not answered is the one not asked. So this is kind of like, you know, having that in mind of thinking that there might be something else going on than status quo. This is called The Lion Sleeps No More. And it's dedicated to David Icke, the conspiracy theorist. I don't know what I think. I think I'm getting in too deep. There's so many rabbit holes. I think I'm starting to sink. There's something's going on. Something that they just won't say. So much bad things. It just takes a day away. Full disclosure, UFO flies over. I will keep my composure. Well, the lion sleeps no more. Yes, the lion sleeps no I go to work just like every other jerk, and I bow my head. You know, someday I'll all be dead. But something's going on, and the news on TV. There's something's going on, pulling the wool over you and me. Full disclosure, and UFO pulls over. I will keep my composure, and I'm stone cold sober. Yeah, the lion sleeps no more. Yes, the lion sleeps no more. Well, the story I can tell you is school, and the things that they want you to know. You know, I ain't no fool. I know there's something else that's being kept from me. It's so much distraction that you can't see. Full disclosure, I keep my composure when that UFO pulls over. The lion sleeps no more. The lion sleeps no more.
Thank you. That's an original called Lion Sleeps No More. And here's another instrumental. This is called Two Roads. Let's make an adjustment here on my sound. Okay. Thank you very much. Let me do a quick tune-up. This next one is a collaboration that I did with my good friend Rave Tassar. Rave is a fantastic piano player, super talented guy, plays for a band called Renaissance. And we went into the studio and we did this next one. And unfortunately, Rave's not here tonight. So I'm just going to do my part. It's a song I wrote called The Tibetan Lullaby. Thank you.
There
Yes,
it is.
here we are.
It's interesting. We don't usually get people who come in and do instrumentals, so that's actually different for us. Oh, I guess I'm feeding back from here. We don't want to have that. We just come over to say, whoop, I think Phil, you killed the. Try your mic. Sounds like you killed your mic. But anyway, let's get you standing in the picture over here. There we go. Now we've got all three of us. People can see what we're doing.
Right.
That was an interesting slap technique that you were doing.
Yes.
That's one of the new things that
Yeah.
you've learned.
Yeah, well, it's something that I'm trying to incorporate more of a hands-on kind of technique with the guitar. Like I said, there are guys out there who are masters at
Oh,
this
yeah.
kind of technique, you know. But I thought it was an interesting way to go, you know, and a different way to approach, you know, music in a song. By tuning the guitar to an open chord and then writing in that style, you know, it kind of like it frees up a musician like me, you know. Well, I'm not a schooled musician, so, you know, I have to kind of learn all of the shortcuts and go
Sure,
around.
you're kind of making it up as you go along.
Yeah,
but, you know, I think that's
kind
half
of,
the
yeah,
fun.
kind of like a dyslexic kind of way to go. But
That's
I mean,
all right.
I mean, I've always enjoyed the sound, you know, and I think it's definitely a good new direction.
Right.
That's what I think. Anyway.
That's terrific. Now, when does your concert series start?
My concert series is in the Milkweed Gallery, and they're at milkweedsugarloaf.com. That's their website.
Okay.
And you can check their event schedule. And it's coming up. I'm going to try and do it bi-monthly down there. It's a 3-performer series featuring 3 artists. And it's going to be probably the first or the last Saturday of every month.
Okay.
Not every month, every other month.
Do you have a particular name for what you're
Well,
calling
yes.
it?
This next series, we're going to be featuring a singer-songwriter by the name of Peter Sandow, who had a kind of like a hit record back in the '60s. Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? We're gonna actually say good night and thank
Yes,
you
good
for
night,
tuning
and
in to
thank you.
everyone.
And you just play us
And
out
you wanna keep
until-
playing?
Okay, great.
until you see it go off.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for
Okay.
coming in.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Woo!